Good morning, Culers. It is time to wake up in Barca. Live Barcelona news coming at you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Undefeated channel. In today's episode, we'll be talking about the match against Frankfurt. Barcelona doing enough to get the draw 1-1. Wasn't the victory we were hoping for, but we're going to do a full match review. We'll talk about the stat. We'll go over the stats. We'll go over I don't even have words yet. Apparently I woke up, but my brain didn't. I'm just sitting here staring at the camera with no words yet. We're going to have a little bit of caffeine. We're going to shake out the cobwebs. We're going to get things going here. If this is your first time finding us, I want to invite you to join the Undefeated community. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. In today's episode, like I said, we'll be doing a full review, including the good, the bad, the Barca, and the mustache man of the match from Frankfurt 1, Barcelona 1. That is all coming up today. Again, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you can be part of the conversation while we do our full match review. Let's just go ahead and get this party started, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the Undefeated Mustache John.
All right. My brain is not working yet, I'll tell you that. Didn't get a great night's sleep last night. Didn't get a great night's sleep the night before. So a little bit of brain fog happening right now. But we're here. We're going to say good morning to the Stash Squad. We'll get the conversation going. And then in just a moment, we will jump over. We'll take a look at the match overview. We'll take a look at the stats. I'll give you my thoughts. Then we'll jump over. We'll do the good, the bad, the Barca, the mustache man of the match, all happening in today's episode of Wake Up in Barca. Let's see who we got in here with us today. Get the live chat going. Good morning, Matinho. Good morning, Kudis, the stash commander. How we doing, sir? Felipe, good morning to you. Marhus, hello. How much Barca kits does everybody have? A lot. I've got a box full at this point. Ernest, good morning to you. Adne, good morning to you. Michael Talks Football, hello, sir. Says, hello, how are you doing? Heard Frankfurt were really good. I'll hand it to Frankfurt. They didn't come out and play a strict bunker defense. They actually came out and played some football. I was pretty impressed. They did get a red card, Tuta, in the 78th minute that kind of slowed things down. But before that, it was a quite even match. Knopf, I believe is his name, scored a tremendous half volley from outside the box. They had earlier chances. Frankfurt could have put in 1 or 2 goals before that. This honestly could have been 3-1 Frankfurt. It could have happened. But they only got the one. It was a tremendous goal. Can't blame Ter Stegen. Can't really blame anybody. It was just one of those goals that you can't stop. I don't want to say it was a fluke, but like it's not going to go in the back of the net consistently. It's not even going to be on target, on frame consistently. I digress. A good goal, a good effort from Frankfurt. Ferran Torres was able to level things up in the 66th minute. If you missed it, I have a reaction video out. That's up on the channel. You can go back and watch that after today's episode. But looking at some of the stats, Barcelona not doing enough in front of goal. 7 shots, 3 on target compared to Frankfurt's 16 and 5 on target. And that's with 33% possession for Frankfurt. That's unacceptable, folks. We can't have 67% of possession. 2/3 of the match, we had the ball, and yet we are being outshot by our opponent. That's unacceptable, friends. We can't have that. We'll fix that for the second leg. Don't you worry. Number of passes, we doubled the number of passes that Frankfurt have. Passing accuracy, 83% is actually a little bit low for Barcelona. Only 1 offside, 6 corners. This is the stat that worries me, though, folks. The shots on target. It wasn't there for us today. Yesterday. It wasn't today. This was yesterday. Wasn't there for us yesterday. We got to do better in the final third. It looked like we were lacking a little bit of that chemistry. We'll get into the specifics during the good, the bad, and the Barca. Let me know your overall thoughts, though. We'll get into the match awards here in just a minute, but let me first get your reaction, just overall thoughts on the match, folks. What do we think? Ernest says, Xavi says they broke out like demons. They were quite strong on the counterattack. Barcelona several times got themselves into hot water, not defending well enough on the counterattacks, and particularly the crosses coming in. Too many balls getting across the face of goal and nobody marking. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Michael. The Knopf goal was a beautiful solo effort, but that team goal from Barcelona, starting with Dembele, bringing it down, passing it on to Frankie, little back and forth between him and Ferran, is an excellent effort, you gotta say. Gotta say. What else? What other thoughts do we have, folks? Adne says, just for the record, John, you're on a monitor at our classroom. Everyone says hello. Extra 15 people watching. Well, hello to Adne's class. How we doing? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day at school. Hope you're learning hard, learning good things. Felipe says, the pitch doesn't help with the passes, but Barca didn't seem like this was just another game. But Barca did seem like this was just another game. Yeah, we just didn't have it together, right? Particularly in the attacking third, I'll say. I don't want to share too much until we get into the good, the bad, and the Barca. So we'll talk about it in just a minute. Blair Curd says we should have played with the full team. If by full team you mean our go-to starters, our regular 11, sure. But you also have to factor in that Barcelona have other matches going on. We just played on Sunday. We have another match coming up. Let's see, when do we play here? We have another match coming up this Sunday against Levante. We'll rotate some players in there. We're tied for second, tied for third right now. Match in hand, which is good in the Liga. But that's why you started to see the rotation. That's why you had Gavi over Frankie. That's why you had Adama over Dembele. Shout out to Dembele Cam. Hollow the Reaper, good morning to you, sir. Ovi's in here with us. Good morning. How you doing? All right. That's the initial thoughts, folks. We talked a little bit about the overview. Again, Knopf getting the goal. And that was the hardest effort, the least likely to go in out of all the opportunities that Frankfurt actually had. Like I said, there was one that went just wide of the far post. There was a penalty shout. There were several opportunities that Frankfurt could have put one or two more on the board, but Barcelona doing enough to get the draw. Let's go ahead and jump over and talk about the good, the bad, and the Barca in our full match review. Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Barcelona 1. Let's talk first about what was good about the match. This one, it's a little bit of a stretch, I'll say, but bear with me here. What I think was good about the match, one of the things, was Busquets doing enough in the midfield, holding things down, particularly in that first half, when it was clear that our lineups and our tactics were not really dead set. Let me back that up. When it was clear that our lineups and our tactics were not going to get the job done. When it became obvious that Gavi playing over Frankie de Jong was leaving space for the counterattacks and too much space for Busquets to cover. He did what he needed to do. He adjusted. He was where he needed to be at the right times, even though the counterattacks were dangerous, even though they got in front of goal. Busi rolling back the years, doing enough, putting in a good performance, filling in those gaps, like I said, that were left by Frankie de Jong not being on the pitch for the first 60 minutes. So a good performance from Busi. No goals, no assists, nothing flashy today in the match. I keep saying today like this just happened, but it didn't just happen. It was yesterday. Nothing flashy in the match, but a good performance from Busi. So he gets the good box. Going into what was bad about the match. Let me be very clear about this. Yes, you are seeing Adama in the bad box, but I am not speaking about Adama's performance. Listen to what I have to say here. Adama being in the bad box is just representative of the fact that we did not have a proper right back to support Adama in the attack, and therefore the Frankfurt defense was able to trap, was able to press, was able to put all of their focus on Adama on that right-hand side anytime he got the ball. No Dest on the overlap. No Dani Alves on the overlap. Araujo did a tremendous job of filling in. I love him defensively wherever you put him. But in terms of the Barcelona style of football and what we need from a right back, the fact that we did not have Dani, we did not have Dest available, puts Adama in a horrible position. So it's not his performance that goes in the bad box. It's the situation that Adama found himself in and the fact that he was not able to overcome that. But not his fault. It's just the situation of Adama being stranded out on the right wing. That was bad. Would have loved to change something up tactically, but outside of going to a 3-back with 5 across the midfield to have wide players supporting, do like a 3-4-3. Outside of something like that, I don't know what you could do to offer that support to Adama. We made some substitutions. Xavi got it right at the end, but going into this, no Dest, no Dani, just left Adama out there. So again, it's not Adama's performance specifically. It's not him as a person. It's just the situation that caused Adama to be out there left stranded in a bad situation. Get in the box. Shaking off what was bad then. Moving on to the positive aspects. Shout out to Ferran Torres going in the Barca box. I know some of you were probably expecting him to be the mustache man of the match, but as I pointed out, Barcelona did not do enough offensively throughout this match. We had way too much possession to not have more shots on target, to not have more pressure against Frankfurt. So yes, we got the goal. It was a beautiful team goal. Dembele, Frankie de Jong, Ferran, a little tiki-taka back and forth. He finally put one in, he finally tucked one in. If you watch my reaction video, I got a nice little meme in there. Shout out to Chubbs. But he finally tucked it in. Ferran Torres has a nasty habit of trying to go upper 90 every time he's in on goal, whether he's one-on-one with the keeper or he's from outside the box. He's always looking for that upper 90 corner. You don't need to do that, Ferran. Just tuck it in. That's all you need to do. I digress. The mentality, okay? Things weren't going right. Things weren't going according to plan. Had already missed a big opportunity. And as we've seen in the past, Ferran Torres, unaffected, has that undefeated mentality. He continues to press. He continues to play on, does what he needs to do, gets the big goal for Barcelona. So that's why he gets the Barca box, representing that Barcelona mentality, that undefeated mindset. You love to see it. So the mustache man of the match then. Some of you might be sitting there scratching your head saying, who could it be, John? Who could be the mustache man of the match? If it's not Busquets, if it's not Ferran, who could it possibly be? Well, it is none other than Eric Garcia. A huge match for Garcia. Played all 90 minutes. Piqué went out injured early in the first half. Lenglet comes on. Not a familiar partnership, but Garcia doing everything imaginable to secure the point, not the point, but secure the draw for Barcelona, I should say. Let's take a look at some of his stats shared by Barca Buzz here. 117 touches, 99 of 105 passes completed. That's the most for the team. Highest passing accuracy, 2 accurate long balls. Only dispossessed 1 time in the match. He had 2 tackles, 5 clearances, 2 interceptions, won 3 of his 5 duels, 9 ball recoveries, no fouls, no times dribbled past. Absolutely incredible performance for Eric Garcia, someone who has struggled at times, someone who gets some bad press from the Barcelona faithful, but he did enough to get Barcelona the draw. Like I mentioned, 1-1, put in a great effort without Piqué. Gets him the mustache man of the match. That's where I'll turn to the chat. Let me get your thoughts, folks, on the good, the bad, the Barca, and the mustache man of the match. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What would you change if you were the one giving out the awards? Let me know. If you're watching live, I'm going to turn to the chat. We'll keep the conversation going. If you're watching this on replay, let me know down in the comments. I always like to go back and read them and respond. So let me know what you're thinking, folks, in terms of the match awards. William, hello. Good morning to you. Ernest says Alba is a good finisher, but he loses too many balls. He was having a hard time staying involved in the match yesterday. Had to play with his back to goal a lot. Really only had 1 or 2 opportunities to get in behind. Frankfurt, really sound defense without playing a full bunker D, which I appreciate. Galatasaray in the first leg did not have any interest in coming out on the attack. Frankfurt, however, actually did it right. Played, like I said, sound defense, solid defense, but were more than willing to break out on the attack. Ovi says Alba got robbed. Shout out to Alba. It was, I'll say, really close between Alba and Garcia for the mustache man of the match. I could have gone Alba in the Barca box and Ferran in the good box. That was an option. That was a potential possibility. But I talked myself into giving it to Boosie. I felt like Boosie needed a shout out. I felt like Garcia really just because of Piqué having to go out and the defensive responsibility really being put all on Garcia now with Araujo out of position, Langley not with a significant amount of playing time, Jordi Alba pressing up on the offensive side. It really came down to Garcia. So happy to see him put in that kind of effort. Got to reward him with the mustache man of the match. Excuse me. Felipe says Xavi must not trust Mingueza. Mingueza has not played in I don't know how long. I think he got a couple of minutes sometime in one of our victories, one of our like 4-0 victories. But outside of that, Mingueza's pretty much been dropped. I would think that he's going to be either sold or loaned this summer because he's one of those players that Xavi just doesn't seem to have much faith in. Ovi says Alba playing his best football by the threat of being replaced by Levi, still no recognition. Shout out to left back Levi. If you're watching. My goodness. Next in line to replace Jordi Alba for sure. Theophilus says, good morning, Stash Squad. I think Barca were just professional yesterday against the Eintracht Frankfurt. The tie is really set up at the Camp Nou. Visca Barca. I'll agree with you on that. If you look at Barcelona's MO in these Europa League ties, it's draw the first leg, dominate the second leg. So we'll be going to the Camp Nou for leg 2. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a little bit more in terms of a little bit more chemistry, a little bit more fluidity. We want to see more of what we saw from Frankie and Ferran. That goal from Ferran Torres, that's what we want to see. We don't need Ferran Torres trying to put it in upper 90 from outside the box. We need a little tiki-taka. Cut it inside from the wing, look to create those triangles, the give and go, the movement off the ball. We have the passing, we have the ability, we have the creativity. We just got to put in the effort. Make it happen. We can get there, folks. I believe in this Barca squad. I really do. I think that we got good things coming. We gotta remind ourselves sometimes where we were at the beginning of this season, where we were when Xavi actually took over for Ronald Koeman. Sometimes we like to forget, and we like to get ourselves in a tizzy, getting upset about the state of things. But you got to remember where we were, where we are, where we're headed. We got Ansu Fati coming back from injury soon. Des will be back from injury soon. Hopefully Memphis will make a swift recovery. Shout out to Alejandro Balde making the squad yesterday. He's been out injured for months now, unavailable for the senior squad. And finally, he's back. Could get some playing time. Like I said, Barcelona playing, who is it, Levante? Yes, we're playing Levante this Sunday, 3 o'clock. This could be an opportunity to see Balde, to see Nico both get some time. Nico's playing time has dropped. Balde, like I said, has been unavailable. Ansu's not going to be back yet. So I'm thinking maybe we'll see Ferran. Maybe we see Goatweight or Luke de Goat if he's recovered from COVID. Because we're going to have to get a rotation going. Now that we're starting to get a little bit more secure in our Champions League spot in La Liga, I know we want to dream big dreams and think we have a shot at coming back here, which we do. If we win our match in hand, we are 3 matches down from Madrid, and we already talked about the 3 matches Madrid could lose. Sevilla, Atletico Madrid, Betis on the last day. Could happen. But Barcelona, I think, do need to just decide what's our priority. Are we going for Europa or are we going for La Liga? Because we could end up risking both if we don't figure that out. We got to figure out the right rotation. Gavi didn't do enough yesterday. Gavi put in a tremendous effort, but he's running way too hard. He's all over the pitch, a bit spastic at times, just a little bit too much running. There's a famous quote that I'll get wrong, but at some point somebody in an interview told Johan Cruyff, hey, there was this player, he ran like 12 kilometers or something. It was absolutely incredible. Like what a tremendous effort he put in. And Cruyff's response was, wow, he ran that much. He must be a pretty bad footballer. Let that sink in. The Godfather, Johan Cruyff, letting folks know it's not about how much you run. It's not about how hard you work sometimes. Take a lesson from Busquets, the positioning, getting the mindset right tactically. That's what the young Gavi can learn. That's why I'm glad that he has Xavi as a manager. I'm glad he has Busquets around him. I'm glad he's got Frankie de Jong and others that he can learn from, grow, and develop. Pedri gets it. Pedri gets it already. He puts in an effort, but he's not running for the sake of running. Gavi, I love you, but you're burning a lot of energy for really no reason. We all love it. We love when you go diving into these tackles. We love when you chase down the loose balls, no regard for your own physical well-being. We love it. We really do. But you got to balance that with leaving something in the tank for later in the match. That's why you saw 60 minutes in, Gavi starts to lose some of that energy. But again, it's the running for the sake of running. Love to see the effort. It'll come with the experience. The wisdom will come for the young Gavi. Don't you worry. Culers says toxicity turns. I'm worried about the response that Culers are going to have to Adama, because Adama did not have a good match. As I pointed out, it's not his fault. He was left all alone. Araujo is not an offensive threat from that right back position. So just the fact that no Danny, no Dest, Adama was just left out to dry, put in a bad position. So now Culers are going to be all like, "Oh, Adama's terrible. We don't need to buy Adama. Cancel his loan. Sell him back to Wolves. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa." That's going to be Culers for the next week until Adama plays against Levante, gets 3 assists, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we love Adama. Pay him money." Just saying. Just saying. Diavolo says, it appears to me Barca cannot lose any games till the end of the season. They are just confident under Xavi, and we as Barca fans are more reassured. Vamos Barca. We can lose. We can, all right? If you mean we can't lose, like, in terms of speaking hyperbolically, if that would be the right term, sure, Barcelona are in great form. I think the rest of the season for us, if we take a look at our upcoming fixtures, we don't have a lot left this season, folks. We got Levante. We got the second leg against Frankfurt. We got Cadiz, Sociedad. We got our match in hand against Rayo. Mallorca, Betis could give us some trouble. Celta Vigo, Getafe, Villarreal is going to be a tough one for us, folks. Closing out the season against Villarreal could be tough. But if we win out our matches and Real Madrid loses against Sevilla, Atletico Madrid, it'll come down to that last day. Real Madrid versus Betis, Barcelona versus Villarreal. We'll see what happens. So like I said, not a lot left in the season, but still enough to get excited about. I think we've done more than enough to secure a Champions League position through La Liga qualifications. Europa League is, I would say, a secondary priority. It'll be nice to get that trophy, but as you can see, when it's time to rest players, when it's time to get a little rotation going, that's where we're seeing the rotations happen. So, 'tis what it is. Still lots more to come on the channel, folks. Like I said, we've got La Liga action coming up this Sunday. That's at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We'll be going live with the watch along about 30 minutes before kickoff. If you are just finding us, if this is your first time here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you know when we're live, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, covering Wake Up and Barca, live Barcelona news. And then we're here for all the Barcelona matches. I do the commentary. you participate in the chat with Culers from around the world as we cheer on the Blaugrana. That's going to do it for today, folks. Short and sweet today. A nice little match review. Frankfurt won, Barcelona won. Second leg will be next week, but we've got lots coming up before that. So I will see you right here on the Undefeated channel Sunday. Like I mentioned, 30 minutes before kickoff, we'll do preview, we'll do predictions, we'll get that energy going, we'll get the vibe right for supporting the Blaugrana. That's going to be it for now, folks. I'm exhausted. I appreciate everybody being patient with me while I work through my brain fog here. Anyway, I'm going to hop off. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. Go out there with lots of high fives, lots of hugs for people who want them. Not everybody wants hugs. High fives and hugs. Spread that positivity like I know you can. All right. I love you very much. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. I'll see y'all next time. Mwah.